communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yaibaram.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Agada.
Mbijan aganyadi.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyingi.
Okay. Korsa. Nsila ID soto.
Ah, transfer. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariya.
Ah,
mbare ki janna nun kunu bara tariya.
Ah, janno yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Ha. Birim koyna fo kato.
Barisi kodo kino kato ni fo bolong blabe.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Ha. Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nko kodo kiya bele. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta même na kodi to poto ni kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 di nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi mani domorol dil fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale di.
Ha, wo mo yo diat ha.
Apelenta
baraka ni na lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.
Yourselves.
Silang kamben tamen wala nyindi ko do kulal men yan ko wolle be kiti bunda nyinto e koleal kul men taki anita fam kundi ngoni.
So perhaps Justice Jaiteh, we should start with your personal experience.
Andung asikeno Justice Jaiteh nga damu te folola.
Then we would deal with the experiences of other judges that have been provided to you.
Ando niwo botala insinana kiti tela santon ka dol mi alon ko fane kolea ko dol soto insinana wol fana ko jube andu ba jarna itani anitella.
And the personal experience of Honorable Omar Jabang.
Nimbo wala ngata Honorable Omar Jabang ita fana ila kunni woni yemen ko men taki koleal.
And then we take it from there.
Nsata an kaboro.
So Justice Jaiteh, could you tell us your personal experience?
Justice Jaiteh sila ngada folo ite la kola ite sa fono nye ite kunno ite ko men taki koleato.
Thank you very much, Lead Counsel, and thank you, Chairman and Member Commissioners.
Nimbara Baka Lead Counsel, and Nimbara Chairman and Commissioner Kotengolu.
In 2015,
January Karokono,
I was appointed as a first-class magistrate.
Yen tombong yenke magistrate makama follow tio, first class.
And I was posted at Brikama Magistrates Court.
Ando yen samba Brikama Magistrate Kiti Bundala.
And when I went to Brikama Magistrates Court, there was a backlog of cases. A lot of cases were pending for judgment. And they were near judgment. And I spent almost 10 months at Brikama Magistrate Court from January to October. Within that period, I was able to dispose of about 400 to 500 cases. And I had the opportunity also to preside over many high-profile cases as well.
Andu ngani silo fanan soto kasi kiti kuma jamalu fangulu kunna men kata jenu.
Presided over cases which the state had interests.
Andu sita kitolu kunna men yalon ko banko fango man sakunda fango la solo be dendingo kitolu la.
Particularly the former president Yaya Jammeh himself.
Sako tumo president membe jannung Yaya Jammeh afango hamme soto kitol dolto.
And some of his proxies as well.
Aning afango la molu anolang kolu men yalon ka ni be dending kula.
There was a case called the IGP and Muhyiddin Haidara and Buya Toure versus Buya Toure.
Kito bije me yalon ko ate ning menu be dending kito nyina wolem Muhyiddin Haidara anim Buya Toure.
Could you give us little information about that case? What's it about?
Case nyim foi sikibar din na ko nyindo case nyim be tata na munang.
That case was Yaya Jammeh in 2014, I think, made a 2014 or 15, made a declaration.
Kito ngamira 2014 wala 2015 Yaya Jammeh ay kangole kuma kangole fonung
that Idul Fitri
ko sunkari salo
should be performed on a particular date.
Ay lunne fo lungu me yalon ko mobe nyanta sunkari salo kala lungu lela.
It was around 28th of January.
Ngamira January
karoti July.
Ngamira July karoti limuang anin sei.
And that and it was broadcast over the GRTS.
Adun GRTS la kuma finti bunda ya kankula.
That all Muslims should perform the Idul Fitr on that particular day.
Ando ye kankularo ne memfo ye kibaro mendi ko misilumolu be nyanta sallaw lungole la Gambia jang.
And that particular one is that I think it went up to Kalaji. The rest of the country they could pray any way they want to pray. That was, but from Banjul right down to Kalaji, they were sanctioned to pray on that particular day.
Ngamira kangonyin aya londi nyame ngola mnyinti kabo Banjul katafo Kalaji wulu benyanta salla ulungule la te lungu memfo. Bitun kabo Kalaji katafo banko danta damin bitun wulu adea esisalno lundola.
Was that caveat built into the pronouncement in the statement? That edict, if I may call it that, was. Chairman is laughing.
It was part of the broadcast, broadcast that was made. But the charge, they were charged with, it was not stated there, but they were charged under Section 116. So, but then.
Amunta keta mentinu ya ima kankula ni wole nyama ka lankena maonya barbitu amunta atalanga ni yomu wole tiko ya fintindi nu bunda keme bunda taworo ni woro kono nyamin.
So the Kali Muhyiddin Haidara, the Sheriff Muhyiddin Haidara,
bitu Sheriff Muhyiddin Haidara memu kalifoti nu dasila mesangajor
and his followers
na nolankolu
prayed on a different date.
Wolu salta lundolela.
And he ordered for their arrest
and
their prosecution
and
for disobedience to his lawful orders under Section 116 of the Criminal Code. And the police went and arrested, Muhyiddin Haidara.
Police soltata Muhyiddin Haidara muta.
And the village head called Buya Toure.
Anin sate alikalo me kafaye Buya Toure.
But when that was happening,
bari biro be kala tumo men,
I was not in the Gambia.
Utumo nte kungote Gambia jang.
And but then they were arrested and taken to Brikama Magistrates Court.
Bari ye muta ye samba Brikama Magistrate kiti bundala.
And they were prosecuted for that. During the course of the prosecution, a lot of magistrates presided over the matter. One magistrate will come, handle the matter for whatever reason, will leave the case and move on.
Magistrate ke bulata nyono manyame nimmenna tanae kito nyimma do mandindrong wasi kito nyimbula ay takara do la waya dabo ndiji do sina.
I think I was the 5th or the 6th magistrate to inherit that case.
Namirantelo mo lulu wala mo woron jangoti kitindir la lukono men yo kito keta.
And I was not a principal magistrate at the time.
And wotembo na makamo mamfuta be magistrate kuntonkaya like afome principal magistrate.
There was a principal magistrate.
And wotumo magistrate bije memo kuntonkoti kafome principal magistrate.
That principal magistrate was Omar Cham.
Wotumo membe o makamo to kafole Omar Cham.
For whatever reason, Omar Cham was transferred.
Between adalilo itelle alombare Omar Cham saundi.
And they brought another principal magistrate called Hilary Abeke.
Inata dona tinanje memo principal magistrate kafome Hilary Abeke.
And that case was the case for the principal magistrate to inherit.
Andu kito principal magistrate memo magistrate kuntonkoti atele nyanta kito nyin keta ala kake.
So Hilary Abeke,
woto Hilary Abeke,
being the principal magistrate,
meya lonka telom principal magistrate atelom kuntonkoti,
was supposed to inherit that file.
Atele nyanta o file tala.
But he approached me
bari anatante kang
and told me in confidence
namu fulo kullo kang ay nyim fonye
that he has a serious concern with that case.
Ko de umbale be dending abulu wakito la ko kama.
2 reasons.
Dalila fula yofo.
One is because if he decides that case,
fulo nate yo kito kundu,
and he quits and discharge the accused persons,
anatani motu miringulu la ko kito kumfa ayebula
Muhiddin Haidara,
Buya Ture, and Buya Ture,
he will be terminated. His service will be terminated in the Gambia.
Akoe bala duko iba baila duko la Gambia jang.
And if he convicts and this Muhiddin Haidara and Buya Ture,
akonanata Muhiddin Haidara ni Buya Ture fanan sorong,
and him being a Christian,
atadumu Christian oleti,
he feels that they would think is fighting religion, is more of a religious issue.
Ako dolu bajela ko nyimu dina keloleti kato dolu bata la ko atela Christian ya walanna ayake osilo la isake dina koti.
So he told me that he will assign the case to my court.
Ako wadalilo le ya sabu abe kito nyin saundi la kanati na kiti bundala.
So well, that's not a problem.
He
has that right because he's the principal magistrate. His function is to assign cases to other magistrates. Then I inherited that case. And when I inherited it, it was at the end of the case. A lot of witnesses had testified. Prosecution had closed his case. No case submission was made. It was overruled. Yes, and other witnesses, defense opened their defense. And I presided over the last few witnesses, 1 or 2 witnesses, and the case was closed. The parties, the legal councils, Council Antumana, Senior Council Antumana Gay, Memo Council Kebate Antuman Gay, and Council Lamin Kimboj, and in Council Lamin Kimboj, represented the Muhiddin Haidara and Buya Ture. Muhiddin Haidara and Buya Ture la lolaltinum kito bunda. And the prosecution was represented, or the IGP was represented by police officers. Between IGP menulotate woleketa police luti. At the end of the trial, addresses were made, and I delivered the judgment. In my judgment, I acquitted and discharged the Muhiddin Haidara and Buya Ture. Muhiddin Haidara and Buya Ture. On the count of conspiracy and disobedience to lawful orders. It was quite a lengthy judgment. And the state never appealed against the decision. And they were freed. And from that moment on, The country also was freed.
Banko fana ya fansoto tenne.
From Yahya Jammeh imposing or sanctioning a particular day that Muslims should pray on that day.
Pour ka foko president silo ka foko muslimolu nyanta salila nyi lunkari e banko moli fansoto fanankono wala tumola.
The following year,
sanaka
people decided to pray any day they want to pray.
Molu salta luolunding ilafta salla lunglu menula.
And he came to realize that that is not, he didn't interfere.
So
I continued delivering judgments.
And the
case of Wajwara, IGP and Wajwara also came before my court. I inherited that case as well. Who was accused on a single charge of abuse of office. That he created Sunchu Judam between Fatou and Jambur.
Ko ay dinkirale lo afaye Jambur ning Fatou te may kafdame Sinchu Gidom.
The prosecution closed their case.
Itindir bunda menu ba kitindi kangulela kito data un.
And the defense, he was having a defense lawyer, but then he opened his own defense. He didn't open the defense. There was a no case submission. I looked at the evidence. There was no prima facie case. There was no reason for us to proceed with that trial. I acquitted and discharged Wajwara on that count.
Bitu wasilo fanang ngawa juara la kito kumfajele ngabula kolua mamuta ngabula wonyale.
There were overwhelming evidence
Katu sede koyolu sotonta
that Wajwara did not create the Sunchu Judam.
Ko Wajwara man wosate olondi ka fo dami ye Sinchu Gidom.
Sinchu
Gidom
himself
buje fango
did not testify.
But
the son came to court
and
said his father created the village. So that case went also, we dealt with that case. I dealt with other cases with Keba Bojang and 22 others. This was a case that, they were staff who were working at the Mandinari depot. Oil, and they accused them of stealing fuel.
Jemu essence doku bundalti tumiko lumu essence sungoleti.
One Muhammad Basi was the head of that place.
Ikafome Muhammad Basi atelom nyaton koti odoku bundala.
A driver and was caught with gallons of fuel.
Ye driver muta moto sambala me ya lonko ye galongulu muta bulu menketa essence galongolti.
All those who were working there,
menu bebe do ko laje
who were on holidays,
menu ya lonko be dahawa to lela no tumo
duties,
imantara do ko la fang,
we are all arrested.
Itata ulu be muta
taken to Banjulundi police station.
Yes, samba Banjulundi police
into court.
Inate samba kitola.
Said, well, they have to go and prove their innocence.
Ko yeta ye fan sene andi dia mo nyinkono.
I acquitted and discharged all of them.
Ngolu fanalu la kito tatu momenna nge bulale ko luwa me muta.
Because there was no evidence.
They were
caught with anything.
They
were at the property. Literally, it was just like someone is interested of getting rid of these employees. And they thought they could just get rid of them that way. Dealt with many cases. As I said, I came in, it was 10 months, there was a backlog of cases. My job literally at that time was to deliver judgments.
But the
state never appealed against these decisions. And whether they were aggrieved or they were not aggrieved, I didn't know, but I think they were very unhappy with my decisions. So there was a case as well called the IGP and Keba Conte and Seku Conte. It It was a case I inherited.
Ufanamu kitu le tingamentara jenga keta.
And it was almost also coming to an end.
And ufanamu bandula mbenta olefe.
I looked at the case.
Na kitu njube.
And the case was, we were proceeding with the case.
And kitu ntamandi kanyi.
The prosecutors in the case were not happy that I am handling that case. I told them that I will not recuse myself in the case just because you do not like me to proceed with the case. If you feel I am biased, or you want another magistrate to handle that matter, you have to make that application. I made it very clear to them that my court would not be subjected to mere suspicion, capricious allegations without any strong reason, and I would not accept that. Then I proceeded with the case. So the case came to an end. But I started writing the judgment, because judgment writing, you have to start from the beginning of the case. What is the charge? Are the particulars? When they were arranged, they accept the charge, and you evaluate the evidence. Apply the law to the evidence. And you make a finding. So as I looked at the beginning, the particulars of the case, I realized that this case, in fact, is from Sukuta. The subject matter is from Sukuta. The parties are from Sukuta. I said, well, I do not have territorial jurisdiction over this matter. And because of that, I lack jurisdiction. In law, jurisdiction is fundamental. If a court lacks jurisdiction in a matter, you cannot take any steps in that matter. The only course of action is to strike out the case. Not even to transfer the case. Because transferring the case, you are taking steps. And I do not have that authority. So in my judgment, I said I lack territorial jurisdiction over this matter.
Dinkira la taranyambe dinkira mento woto sembo tentela purka nyinkito tamandi nyin dinkira ton tolube dameng.
I supported that with law.
And wo fanang ngawo fanang fasa nga sembentu yani lualela.
Because
katu
Bundung court,
Bundung kiti bundala.
Before that, Sukuta is in West Coast region.
Janni wo fango bekela Sukuta be Birkama tundo le kan.
And Birkama Magistrate Court, by virtue of the Courts Act,
Birkama Magistrate kiti bunda nyina ko kiti bunda nyim fang la sarto be lori nyami
has jurisdiction over cases from the West Coast region.
Ye sembo soto ka kito lutama ndimenu bota Birkama tundo kan.
But the creation of Bundung Court,
bari Bundung kiti bunda la law,
Birkama Court,
Birkama kiti bunda
and Kanifing Court,
and in Kanifing kiti bunda
ceased to hear matters within their jurisdiction in certain geographical location.
Wo dinkira fulolu wo tumolen sembo bota ulu bulu purka kito lu dolu tamandi men ya lon ko bota dinkira dolle to wo tundo kanje.
And that was That was an act of the National Assembly.
Alu onata ke député bun fongola kallo ringoleti.
When they created the Bundung Court.
Biriye kiti Bundung kiti bunda londi.
Under legal notice.
Ko loi la yitandiro kang.
Number 3 of 1997.
Memo sabanjangoti 1997 loi bukoto.
Section 2 of that act.
Bunda fulanjangola loi la karola.
Provides that.
Ay nyina yitandiko.
Kanifing Magistrates Court.
Kanifing Magistrate Court.
And the Brikama Magistrates Court.
And Brikama Magistrate Court.
Shall cease to have jurisdiction.
Wolu ila sembo be banale fango ite nyin sembo sotola.
In the areas named in Section 3 of this order.
Pour ye dinkiralu menu fo fanna sabanjango nyin nakangoto.
Without the completion of these courts of any matter pending before them.
Na manke kuti me yalon katamata fabanta kito la karola membe laring inyati lingola.
Section 3 also provides that
ate bunda sabanjango nyin fana nyine itandiko.
There is thereby constituted a court.
Wairi anatalo han fo sain ko kiti bunda londi.
Subordinate to the High Court.
Me yalon ko wobe kiti bunda ba nyin le fango noma.
For part of Western Division.
Brikama tundo la fanna dolu bije.
And Combo St. Mary's Division.
Anin kombotuba banko la fanna dolu bije.
Which shall have jurisdiction in the following area.
Meni yalon ko lube sembo soto na dinkiral leto menu be laring.
Sukuta.
Sukuta
Sanchaba. Etc.
Ana nyong kotangulu.
Section 4 of the said act.
Bundana ninjango ni lua koto.
Provides that.
We nyine foko.
The court shall be styled as a Bundung Magistrates Court.
Kiti bunda nyiba londila ko Bundung Magistrate kiti bunda.
So because of that law, this law.
Bitu wo lua nyi lua mem fotateng.
I struck out the matter.
Na kuo nyi mburuka.
Because the court does not have jurisdiction over the matter.
Katuntela o kiti bunda man sembo soto puruka o kiti otamandi.
And the parties have to go to the right courts.
Bitu menu ba kito nyi kono inyanta tala kiti bunda lela meni ya sembo soto abedame nuto.
The executive.
Nyatonko banku nyatonko la bunda.
Particularly Yaya Jammeh himself.
Ko Yaya Jammeh fango kungo.
Was not happy with my decision.
Amanse wo fereng ntela o kangoto.
He was aggrieved with it.
Akamfata na kuoto.
He gave an executive order.
Anata nyatonka kangodi.
For my arrest.
Pour yetante muta.
And detention.
Pour yetan sindi dula kilim fanang. Wala mkansoro. Jumalungo.
Night.
Suto.
That was on the 6th of November.
November karotili woro.
The head of the serious crime unit.
Memo nyaton koti kuja ubundalu la karola ikafudame serious crimes unit.
At that time, I think it was one Fakeba Dabo.
Membe jenu tumonga mere kafa ne Fakeba Dabo.
Came with 2 or 3 other police officers.
Anata nim police fula wala police sabanyong.
And arrested me at night.
Yemuta suto bala.
And they didn't tell me why I was arrested.
Imafonye dalilo me ya kendide yemuta.
I was wondering what is the problem.
Mbemira kanko wa mune keta mune mudalilo
ti. High dawn.
Ngamune ke.
So they said, well, let's go to the police station. You will know what has happened.
Ina rafanya ngata police officer to ibalo na lemenketa.
On the way to the police station.
Mbesilo kambita kam police station to
asked me, you don't know what happened.
Yenyini kai malo menketa.
Well, I don't know what happened unless if you tell me what happens.
Nko ente malo de menketa de fanateli ya fanye de menketa.
They came with a 4-wheel drive.
Ininyi moto le nata nyi moto ba me ya lonko ka fa 4-wheel drive.
Sandwich me in the middle.
Yembula tema ye itelisita nyi karafulo bela.
And drove me to Brikama police station.
Yensamba Brikama police station.
Arrived at Brikama police station at 10 o'clock around that time.
Mfuta da Brikama police station to talanta ma fangola.
I was taken into a very small room.
Yensamba bundingo konoje.
And one officer came called Bubasar.
Monata je officer ikafome Bubasar.
The Bubasar was the crime management coordinator.
Otumo memmarata wo kukurungulu kulu kumbengo la crime management coordinator atelom.
Together with with this Mr. Dabo.
And Mr. Dabo na atanyola.
I think with the station officer, with other police officers in this small room.
Police korda nyina nyaton ko anim police dolu wo bundingo konoje.
And they confronted me with my decision.
Ina ta kalon nyati ngola ngakango mentamandi purka wo kumakango lufonye.
I decided to struck out this matter.
Because
I lack jurisdiction in the matter. And that they have received an order for my arrest.
Justice Jaiteh, did they show you the order? the executive order.
Justice Jaiteh, for a kangoning suffering on ya itandila la bamea longo wale sembodi la purkaneno kambange muta.
They did not show me the order.
Ima kango suffering odi itandina.
Proceed, please.
So I was trying to tell them that the Constitution, I have immunity from this arrest.
Nga foen mba kata kampurka kwendi makonte nyimutaro amanyang aman silo soto prali yente muta.
If they agree with my decision,
natara e kamfata na kallori ngole kamma.
I could just appeal against my decision.
Isi kito sain kan wulindi no le na kango kandoro.
Besides, this is a magistrate's court's decision.
Katu nyimu magistrate kiti bunda la kangoleti.
And I do not have jurisdiction in the first place.
Alum follow ni ajube nyin kito manya na kelantela kiti bunda.
Jurisdiction is our work, is the bread and butter of judges.
Wole mo kiti ndirila lula do ko mo kito leti me ya lonko ya sembo soto anyanta na le kiti bundala.
So, well, they decided to leave one after the other.
The
junior officers came and told me, I think we have to go to Banjul. So they placed me in another four-wheel drive. Sandwiched me in the middle. And took me to Banjul. I went to the Banjul Serious Crime Unit. And my wife was very unhappy because my wife is not a Gambian, is an English national. He was very worried of people disappearing. And especially my arrest was at night as well. And said, well, he has to come and follow where I am going to know where he has to follow. So they followed me to Brikama. So collected some other family members. When they arrived at Brikama, they told him, well, they have gone to Banjul. He became more worried. So then I was taken to Banjul, serious crime. I met these police officers who were there. I don't have to complain because their order was to keep me there. Generally, they were very sympathetic. And even the police officers at Brikama also were very sympathetic. Because they didn't like what was happening. Because I had presided a lot over their cases pending and I disposed of a lot of their cases. So they gave me a mattress. And asked me if I can sleep on that. So I was expecting that I will go and meet a panel to explain to them. But then on the whole, I was there just to be detained. So my wife came and also spent the night with me there. And some of my family members also were there. I think the police officers who were at the serious crime at that time were not also happy with what was happening. They didn't want to be very drastic with me. They did not, take my mobile phone. I was communicating with my family and other members and informing them that look, I am here. This is what happened. Mobile telephone. So then I spent the entire weekend there with my family. Up to Monday. So Monday, I thought I will appear before a panel to give a reason to tell me why they have arrested me, and maybe I will be given an opportunity for me to explain to them what they have done is wrong. They shouldn't have done that. So members of the bar were They are coming to meeting me there.
And
some of the magistrates
and
others also came and met me there.
How about the police leadership?
The police didn't come over the weekend. The media was there. They were asking, what is the problem? I told them I struck out a matter because I lack jurisdiction. They said I've committed an offense. So that became the headlines over the weekend, week Monday. The following Monday, so I was still under detention. Then the former Inspector General of Police, who is now the Minister of Interior, Yankuba Sonko, came down and met me, and came down and asked me to go to go into a small office. So in that office, he said he had a lot of calls. Asking him, why do you arrest this magistrate? So a lot of from lawyers, from litigants, from all over. Everyone was calling him. So before coming, he was even sympathetic of my situation. And he started telling me, he also had a similar experience with the police. And he was calming me down. That this is not the action of the police. That it is the President Yaya Jammeh who ordered for my arrest and detention. And that day, that was on a Monday, that was the day the President himself was traveling, going on a Meet the People's tour, going to cross the river Gambia to Para. At a president taman damutala anim banko molula nyoje taman meet the people to ulunga nyanta tela bara purka taman damuta. He told me he will go and meet him because by protocol he will be there to meet the president when he is leaving Banjul. Akondung wolung atafanamba katala le kata president je katu hani sarto lu fon ya fule ko anyanta tarla jele nim president be bola Banjul pour kata o tamola. And he will also tell the president to forgive me and to leave me to go. So we should wait until the evening when the president is leaving. He will use that opportunity to speak to the president. Meanwhile, then he left. Then my colleagues at the Magistrates Court from Banjul and others were all coming with Omar Jabang and others. They are all coming to meet me. Nakafunyolu kabrim Banjul kiti bunda nyina nimbunda kotengulu andoku nyolu nkafunyolu hani katabula Omar Jabang ibena tantarajele. So we were it was a little bit ridiculous arresting a trial judge, a magistrate for striking out a case because they lack jurisdiction. They couldn't understand. Aketa kuke jawori kakitindirla muta meya lonko ya muta nyine kanko ay kitile buruka meya lonko amanya nanala atela kiti bundala kana muta wo kango kan kuke jawbalet.
Your colleagues were coming to see you and to sympathize with you. How about your superiors?
Idonyo kotangolo inarala kai jubeje puruka balafa itandila. Sai ila nyatonka kotangolo.
And I called the then master Buba Jao.
Motumo memu kiti bunda la dokula nyaton ko di masara ikafome Buba Jao tala Buba Jao ngakumandi
and explained to him of my predicament, my situation, that I'm under arrest.
Ngan taranya faye ko mbemutole kono de mbete mbeda mento nga faye.
He said, promise to come to see me.
Ay la hido ko ta ko abina njelale.
He He was going to come and see me with the former, judicial secretary.
Ako abina njela dunna bina animmo bina memmu kitiri memmu kilako tinu wo kitindir bundala do kulala karole ka fo me judicial secretary.
However,
baro nyawnyang
he never came.
Anena manna.
No other superior officer came from the judiciary.
Adu nyaton ka do mambona wo kiti bundala men sinante kan.
And instead, I received a letter relieving me of my service.
Nata muna soto ye letter ole natinye kambondi na do ko.
Who issued that letter?
From the judicial secretary.
About our judicial secretary level, mem kilaki bati mem marta kitindir kol.
That I am relieved of my service.
Ko ya nadu ko tambulule.
And that's it. So that.
Did they state any reasons?
They did
not state any reason.
Mandalila wo dalila foje.
They only thanked me for my service.
Yen numbara le drom pru ngadu ko menkeye. Bankoye.
Later, I met the then master Buba Jao.
Bolube ko la nata o master je Buba Jao.
And asked him.
Nganyilinka.
He told me that the Chief Justice, Justice Fakbele, the then Chief Justice Fakbele,
ayina fanyan ko tumo membe Chief Justice ya la ka fome Justice Fakbele.
Told him that they should not come and see me.
Wole nyim fa ko itelu manyana na la kananteje.
And they should not be associating.
Andung imanyana ifang katandila ko nyinna.
And it's because of that they didn't bother to come and see me.
Wodalilo le ya sabu itelu fanalu manguli pur kananteje.
Then I was there. Then in the evening, the president had already left Banjul.
Mbe nyale je uraro president onata bo Banjul kata.
Then this Inspector General of Police Yankuba Sonko called me.
Otumolem police la kuntonko Yankuba Sonko ayenkumandi.
And told me what is happening to you is wrong.
Aya fanya membe ke kangala anisilo manta.
Let's keep this in confidence.
Nganyim ke kuti nga ke kulloti nda manglu tema.
And not for the public not to be aware of it.
Puru jamaa molu kana bo kolu kalama.
And granted me bail.
Ye bail dinna puruka mbula.
The sum of $500,000.
Me ya lonko ye men kanin na bail sarto nyin dalasi wuli kemelulu.
I was wondering $500,000. What offense have I committed?
Bemira kan dalasi wuli kemelulu ngamun kuja uleke.
What offense? It's just treating me like a common criminal. But I was wondering $500,000. But anyway, I had good family members like my brother is here, Modu.
Bari ngamira wala dalasi wuli keme amunta itel bente mutakanda konta mu mokurum balati bari bitung ngamira wo dalilo la ndo ma fango bijang Modu
my big brother
nkoto ma
Modu Jaiteh.
They
call him Fred.
We can find Fred.
He was there. He stood as my surety.
Al tele lota kenna sankoti.
I was released on bail.
Yembula bail kangokang.
And said I should be reporting to the police station every day 9 o'clock, something like that.
During all this, did you attempt to reach the Chief Justice? To explain what happened?
Chief Justice
I called him, the Chief Justice, Justice Fakbele. I couldn't get hold of him. Because I was under detention, my wife was with me there. I told my wife to go and meet the Chief Justice. He went to the office of the Chief Justice. And the Chief Justice was somehow a little bit, does not want to be associated.
Chief Justice amunta aya fanjam fandi kolale amalla fikatala konyi na fereng.
Did not, and my wife came back and said, the Chief Justice cannot help you.
Namurso muruta nanga kwenye Chief Justice tema ko inola.
And she has no hope on the Chief Justice.
Alo amanjiki femfen la Chief Justice la Karola.
Chief Justice in fact said he cannot do anything about this case.
Ate Chief Justice fanga memfolem nyinta ate kokundin tamandino la nyinkoto.
The case is beyond him.
Kwenye nkuota mbita telale.
So my wife decided to come and meet me and say, well, this is what the Chief Justice said.
Namuso na tankanga ay nyine fanya kwenye Chief Justice nyine fo.
So we were there, but then I was granted bail.
Mbije bari bitu inata bail dinna.
So I was reporting on bail.
Utumo nkata ndanku bail kangokang.
Anytime I'm going, my wife will follow me.
Nimbita wate nina muso sitanyola.
One day we were there.
Lunkili mbije.
Then they said we should report now to Brikama Magistrate Court.
Sai na tafo ko sila nsitandang ku Brikama Magistrate Court.
And they placed me in one of their Land Rovers or four-wheel drives.
Yambulandi la motolu kono fo Land Rover le mnyila nyum four-wheel motolu.
And there was almost very little amount of fuel in the tank.
Andu otumo essence demandine be tanko kono nu.
We drove and went to Canifing somewhere. I think there is a mechanic, their garage there.
Ntata kata dinkirato Kanifinga mira fita dobe o ma fangola.
There was no fuel in the vehicle.
Adung essence mantara motoko.
Couldn't proceed.
Mantente no.
We were there for more than 2 hours.
Mbije menta mita montoro wati fulala.
So the police officers will leave me and my wife in the car.
Police lukisina labango kan ninna musole tu motoko no eteli.
I have to even give them $400 for them to go and buy fuel over the tar back, not to come and fill it.
Labango ntelna ta dalasi keme nani dila pour eta essence so san karadola pour kana ke motoko no.
They went to Brikama.
Ntata Brikama.
When we went to Brikama, they said now we have to go in camera.
Iko sila nsitasi kadiamudula to dame ya lonko abekela kulloleti.
So the Gambian bar was very sympathetic with my situation.
Bitun Gambia la loya kafonyin ye balafa ba soto na koto.
And Lamin Ellis Camara was there. He came and said, I will represent you.
Lamin Ellis Camara bije anata konya ntabe lole yenne.
Pro bono.
Satara etenjola.
So we went to Brikama Magistrate's Court.
Data Brikama Magistrate kiti bundala.
I thought I was going to the open court.
Na mera ko mbita kiti bunda yele ringole tonu lankela makito.
We will go in camera.
Ako hani mbita mbakela kullo
Public
kito.
should not be aware of it.
Jamaa manya na bola nyinkalama.
But it should not be just go in and we come out.
Motalo na menketa mbedunna lembe menkela ngake ngafintina.
I said, all right.
Ngo okay abetata.
Then we went in.
Ntata konoto.
He read the charge to me.
Ye kala mironyi ye tu mironyi mfonye.
I said, I'm not guilty of this offense.
Nko nyimtama nyinki tu miro me ya foten kuteje me entemuta.
But then I wanted to speak out, but I said, let me hold my horse.
Wotumo lafta diamula bari nko mfaye fananko mbatu ngamfamuta follow.
We adjourned the matter.
Ngakonyin dem follow.
So the IGP Sonko.
Wotumo IGP Sonko.
I don't know what he did, but he must have done a lot because a lot of pressure was on him. People were calling him all over.
Ngamira kukele de katu wotumo kumandiro lusembo warta kan tontondiro fanan sembo warta kan wotumo.
So he called, I think he must have met the president, Yaya Jammeh himself.
Ngamira tata la ni president wa nyoje Yaya Jammeh.
Yaya Jammeh must have said, well, now you can leave him to go.
Ngamira Yaya le kaya nkosai ngalabula ita.
So in one of our appearances in camera,
birin tata o kullo kito lula silado sotonta.
The police now said they are withdrawing the charge against me.
Wotumo lem police ol kosai ye tumiro melan kan sai nge ba burkala le ya bonding kan.
And the charge was a single count.
Adu tumiro amunta tumiri kan kilin doron nemu.
And that is for abuse of office.
Wolem nyinti ngakukuru ngole kenna office okono.
And the particulars of that charge
andun tumiro lumenu belari wokang
reads as follows.
Ye nying kumakangol le fontema.
They say, Mr. Jaiteh,
Eko Mr. Jaiteh,
that you did in the month of September 2015,
ko September karo kono 2015 ngamenke,
Kama Magistrates Court,
Brikama Magistrate kiti bundala,
Republic of the Gambia,
Gambia banko kang,
you as magistrate,
ko nteme mu magistrate nu
signing
wotumo,
over a criminal case
mbesirin kiti kunna memu kuru ya kitoti,
involving the Inspector General of Police,
dame yalon ko Inspector General membe police adaba kono,
also Sekou Conte and Keba Conte,
anin Sekou Conte nin Keba Conte,
willfully neglected your official duty
nganya kasin na office do ko wala,
failing to transfer the said case
ka mbalanta man kito nyin saundi,
a sister magistrate,
kata samba magistrate kiti bunda dola,
even though the prosecution raised your concern about your fairness,
adun hani kitindir bunda ye ila de unda itandi ntela tilingo kenyala
by applying to transfer of the said case,
buruka kito nyin kasafero ke purka saundi,
which you subsequently struck out
labango nga kito nyin buruka le ngabondi
for lack of jurisdiction,
iko katu kito nyin amanya na la ntela kiti bundala
and thereby committed an offense.
iko bitu ngaw menke wonya wole mkukurungoti,
And that was an offense because I did not transfer the case. I struck it out.
iko katu wole mkukurungoti ngawole ke wairi nga kito nyin buruka le manson na saundila.
So that charge was, they withdrew the charge.
Bitu inatawo tumiro le bonding kang ya buruka.
But interestingly, in that trial,
baru mensi kenyi sola koti o kito kono,
the principal magistrate there was Magistrate Hilary Abeke.
me yalon katalom kitindri la nyaton koti wolem magistrate Abeke.
Normally, when there is no case, when there is a trial has no charge, you withdraw the charge. What you do, you strike out the case.
Nin kito keta ina tatara ko nyimu kito ultime ya lonko sarta tala dalila tala eka kito nyimburu kale.
But interestingly,
bari nyabo ko memba bari menna take jakal ko ta kono.
Principal Magistrate Abeke acquitted and discharged me.
Principal Magistrate Abeke ay mbula ay kito nying fango mumeo be ay aburka.
He did you a favor.
I thought he was doing that so that they don't come back to that court again.
So
I was acquitted and discharged. Whereas I should only be discharged. Because they could bring back the charge. So,
but now they cannot.
I left, I went and became a private practitioner.
So they did not even reinstate you.
I don't think they would like me to come back. Until the change of government, then I was elevated. Yes.
Interesting. I know there's similar experience by His Worship, Honorable Omar Jabang. But before we come to him, I would want one of you, or as you wish to present it, to take us through some of the experiences of the other members of the bench.
Ngalon Honorable Omar Jabang ata fanang yin kusifa kilingola wala taki bari janni wo belafla puru altol donyo do kotongol me alon ko fana yin kusifa le taki yin kola kusifa kilingol puru aliol fana ko yin alia satanya ja.
So are you referring the judicial officers?
Yes.
Yes. Let me take him through it, then we can come to you.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to what we did as
Yes,
an association.
you can deal with that.
Exactly. When he was arrested,
please.
We came together as magistrates to sit over the issue and go and meet the Chief Justice then
to
ask for the unconditional release
of
His Worship Jaiteh.
His Worship Jaiteh.
We convened the said meeting at the Kanifi Magistrates Court. When we met, some people were very reluctant about the approach that we want to take. Knowing how some Gambians can play out,
You
will agree on a course with them. And when you start taking steps, they will try to backpedal. I asked His Worship Fatou, as he then was, Ablai Fatou, that we write a resolution and make so every magistrate who was present at that meeting sign it. So that if we approach the office of the Chief Justice, whatever consequences we will face would be visited on all of us. No one will have an opportunity to back out. I remember some of them saying that I was very young, not married, and that others should not listen to my approach. But I insisted. I wrote the said resolution. I signed it. I gave it to Ablai Fatou. He also signed. Patrick Gomez then also signed. Then others, now everybody signed. It was as if I have foreseen what was going to happen in the office of the Chief Justice. So when we met him in his office, it was only me and Abdullahi Fatou who spoke truth to the then Chief Justice.
Many tonya for tumo Chief Justice ye.
Others were trying to romanticize their words,
Dolu laftela kumolo kalango yele mandila.
their statements to the Chief Justice.
Kumolu nyinyande ke sata Chief Justice ye te laftala nyami.
I could remember telling him
that
it was not in the interest of the judiciary
to
allow the executive to sneak in
to
our affairs. Because we have constitutional frameworks that should be exploited. Even whereas what his worship Jaiteh then did was wrong. I told him that there are appeal processes. And that was the best format to correct his wrong, even if he was wrong.
Andu wodorono silo ti mosi silo tilindi ngomentano katela ko tilindi misali kama hanatara ate kukenu memambetea
and not to allow executive interference.
Ndunkana sombanko kunton kola kangola purka utamandi na kulu.
I remember even raising a question
hakilo bakang haninga nyini nkaro fongfoje
that who do we know is going to be the next victim?
Ka foko sai ninyi ketateng jumale bitakela mokota ta nyongo bekela menna.
And unfortunately,
andu kuonata ke nyikuki nya ke kuke baloti
the baton fall on my head.
Kuonata boy nte fangole kungokang.
We would come to
exactly, we will come to that.
Menajele nyato.
And he said, his response to me was,
atela jabironte wole mnyintiko.
He said, Jabang,
ako Jabang,
in as much as you love your child,
if
that child falls in a crocodile pool, if you are not a crocodile, you cannot save him. These were his exact words. Meaning, practically, there is nothing absolutely that I can do for Justice Jaiteh. Ablai Fatou also took the floor. He echoed similar sentiment. But our efforts proved futile. And we dispersed. Our agreement was to go there, ask for his unconditional release, and if that is not met, we go on a sit-down strike, and we issue a press statement. Because there was no union among us, we could not do anything. So we decided to disperse.
Interesting. Did the Chief Justice? I imagine must have been Emmanuel Fagbele.
He was the one.
Did he offer anything to strengthen the principles that you espoused in that meeting?
Nothing, absolutely.
So the power, the dictatorial power to sack judges and magistrates continued. It goes through the experiences of the other judges of the superior courts. And I noticed that some of the statements could be fairly lengthy. You can, where you think it's possible to summarize, we can summarize. At the end of the day, we would exhibit your statement, your document, so that we can capture everything.
Okay.
En kala mutala ko kuma kan do beje jam fa batale isa suti andi nodron ngam yemi salol di nyaato som demanding kuma kan ni safero nyimba dun la diamo ni.
We want to end the hearing at 3 o'clock. So perhaps maybe, Mr. Chair, today we will take a shorter break, and we want to end this hearing at 3 o'clock. So take us as far as you can, and then we would exhibit the statement and we take it from there.
Yes. Thank you, Lead Counsel.
Lead Counsel.
To start with the present Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Hassan B. Jallow.
Ka follow mo la me yalon ko nyintembe wala former Chief Justice the Honorable Hassan B. Jallow.
He's a judge of the Supreme Court in 2003.
Ketindrilale mwatinu Supreme Court 2003.
And following the killing of several students by soldiers in 2002,
demonstration. Talibulio balambaya ke 2002 hanufoye talibu jamalu fa ikono.
He delivered a ruling of the panel of the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court ye sarto melondi panelo kafo mulu menu sita kuna ateleo kango banke.
And it was against the state.
Andu amunta kulo meye mansakunda doya bak.
He directed in that ruling
ay nyin kumakango lufo kumakango lekono
that in respect of such incident,
ko nini nyon ku fasongo lu sotonta,
a case against the state should proceed in the High Court.
Kito nyanta kela kiti bunda ba la High Court meya lonko nyanta mansakunda fango kiti ndila jele.
Notwithstanding the retroactive amendment of the Indemnity Act.
Meya lonko woni nyin kolte kilindi inata mansakunda nata sarto membondi menu yo bara jawoke ka foko kuta kele wawla.
To shield the law enforcement officials from liability for the killings.
Puruka loi bunda do kulalu men keta o kiditi wolti men yo dindingulu fa kawlu bondi wo di koñin kono satara loi te lale kan kulur te lale kan.
His wife
ala muso
was a high-ranking civil servant.
And her
service was immediately terminated.
Without
any reason. And when the state came back to this court for the decision to be reviewed by the Supreme Court, he stuck to his position.
I beg your pardon?
He stuck.
Amunta ala lolato alolota wolto amantambino amansilo soto katambi.
He then received a letter from the Ministry of Justice
anata letter soto membota minister bundala memmarta kitol
stating that they have been directed
yenyina foko yenyin kango di tolulale
to terminate his appointment as a judge of the Supreme Court.
Pour kala doko bondi abuluka dahandi doko la ka foko kitindirilale mo the Supreme Court.
Mr. Jaiteh, isn't that curious? You have clear constitutional provisions which does not include the Ministry of Justice in the process of terminating a judge. Well, wasn't it? I don't want to use perhaps let me watch what I say here. But it looks to me rather curious that the Ministry of Justice would issue such a letter, knowing fully well that they had no power to issue such a letter, even if they were directed to do so.
Bekalanya kumpa sula mabaldi kado Ministry of Justice wala mansembo sora pur ka letter sifa ta ka fintindika di mola pur mola bayri nyaro.
I think the Chief Justice, at the time a Supreme Court judge, challenged the legality of that decision.
Namira otumo kitin bunda nyatonko tembo fango amari nata chalindiro kele wo kumakango la karola itelie memfo nya.
And the letter was returned back.
And we nata letoro nyi murundi.
Before they could take any other action,
yani bina ko kundin tamandila.
He gracefully resigned from the judiciary.
Atenata la doko saindi ay doko nyimbula afaye.
I think that must have been a slap on the face of the executive. But they did not stop using that provision, did they?
Well, I think they didn't understand the provision at that time. Because otherwise they would not have instructed the Ministry of Justice to terminate the appointment of a Supreme Court judge by a letter.
Namira wotembo ni olonung itelte nyinkela pour ka letro sa fe Supreme Court kidi bunda la kitindirla pour ka foko kawo bayala do ko to tombi takela nun ni afaham.
So Justice Jane, Honorable Justice Jane of the Supreme Court,
Honorable Justice Jane, member of the Supreme Court,
have explained, their experience that, in the case of Sadio Fofana and Lantom Bontaba,
Fofana
terminated.
Ala jero lufo Lantom Bontamba ni Sadio Fofana la kito to hanufo menata ke sartoti yala doko ya baidu kola.
We have another Supreme Court judge called Justice Mam Yasin C.
Nata Supreme Court la kitil ndirla do fananso ikafome Justice Mam Yasin C.
Just a moment to clear the record. Honorable Justice Jane was terminated together with Chauhan and Raymond Sok.
Sok, yes.
Okay, proceed.
So Justice Mam Yasin C In 2000, she was a High Court judge of the Gambia between 1998 to 2003.
Justice Mam Yasin atafana mu High Court kitindirla bunda la moleti wo tembola wato men nyinkolbe kala kabo 2003 kabo 1993 kata 1998 sango kono
2003
kata 2003 sango kan.
In 2001, she presided over a matter involving the students who had been arrested and detained.
2001 asita kitindirle kunna dame yalonko ye talibo dolle muta inata ila ko bonyoto ye muta itata muto kono.
There was an application filed by a team of pro bono lawyers.
Lawyer lu soton tameni yalonko ye laftalo la wodindinguli andu atakela jokandi ye saveroke.
For the release of the students who had been detained.
Pour ye nyin talibo lu bula ye menu mutateng.
And he made an order for their immediate release. She made an order for their immediate release.
And anata kango di Justice Mam Yasin ako ye nyin dindingula ako ye bula.
On the basis that their detention was unconstitutional, null and void.
And anata nyina ke foko ile muto anim banko la sarto lu mantanyola adun kule me yalonko amallo dula soto ku kense ngole moy manya ne mutala.
The following day,
woso mo
then Attorney General Pap Che Yasin Sek of blessed memory.
Watembo memu Attorney General ti Pap Yasin Sek alama nema nin kafarkelae.
Che Yasin Sek.
Pap Che Yasin Sek
came over to the judiciary.
Nata kiti bunda nyina
to lodge a complaint on behalf of the executive.
Rukana kana tumiro futandije banko nyaton ko la kangokan.
The then Chief Justice Honorable Felix Lati.
Wotumo itata okangodi menna wolem Chief Justice ti Felix Lati.
Who summoned Justice Mam Yasin C.
Me yalonko ay Justice Mam Yasin C kumandi
in his chambers to challenge her decision.
Kumandi ala officer kono ka challenge ala kumakango lukanga e kango menta.
In response,
Jabiroto
Honorable Justice Mam Yasin C.
Honorable Justice Mam Yasin C.
In her response,
ala Jabiro kono
told the AG that the AGs lodged an appeal
AG la wolem ko sen kan kumandiro la kango nyinkang
if the government so wish.
Nimman sakunda lafita.
And they had no right to intervene in that matter.
Andu man sembe soto purka kuta mandi wo kokono.
That was the beginning of our troubles or wars.
Betung atela kole akulu damu tata jele.
George's utility bills at that time
were
settled directly by the Gambia Utility Corporation.
Gambia Utilities Corporation.
No, they were settled directly too by the judiciary to the Gambia Utilities Corporation.
Gambia Utilities Corporation amunte la kul belarin Gambia la kitibunda la karol.
So her bill was our utility bills were the water and electricity was disconnected.
Bitung wairi abelari ngole jama kurango ni nemaji o menkatala suokono yolu be kuntu.
And the bills were not paid.
Andung akolu anyanta jorol menkala manna wolu jo.
And she had to fetch water from her neighbors.
Tumo akata jiobi asinyolu leya.
Until she personally settled the bill.
And for a phone nata wo julolu jo.
After that, one day she came, and find out that her security guards had been withdrawn. Ceremoniously. Without any notification. When she called to find out what happened, he was told that they were needed elsewhere.
Just a moment. Mr. Chair, may I ask that we do 30 minutes break and come back and finish in 40 minutes?
Fine. I think Council, that's all right. So we come back at 2:15. That's all right? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned. Come back at 2:15.
Thank you.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see the
For all your pastry, bakery, and quality food, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We do catering for birthdays, weddings, and all related services. We have all kinds of local foods, American, European, and even beyond. Come and have a taste of our local juice, ebe, and other services. At CK Restaurant, customer satisfaction is our priority.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi defee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk la ñu leen indi les products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentee tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes you know fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème picture boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii
When me touch down, better broke down.